All right, so here goes nothing. Ajay, I'm pretty certain I have to unmute myself somewhere else. All right, so here goes nothing. Hopefully, my audio isn't echoing or doing one of those weird things that we all know online needs to be famous for. So, welcome everyone. I don't know what my sample audience is. I assume it's a mixture of 22 and 21 batch. If there are anyone from the 20 batch, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I just realized that my camera is off, so it does not matter what I say over here. So, anyways, yes, welcome to the Technical Society of IIT Madras' Fundae session for managers. We are hiring this semester. If you have been on campus for the last semester, that's the 21 batch, you know that TechSoc has done quite a bit over the last semester, and for the next semester, we are aiming a lot larger. So that's why we are hiring. We need people who are passionate and willing to join us on this sort of mission that we've established for ourselves to uh, do a lot for the campus in terms of technology and yeah, a couple of other things. So obviously, we're conducting this online, um, owing to the fact that I'm the only member from TechSoc on campus right now. So yeah, there's and a lot of you are on vacation. So yes, that's why we're having this online. It would be much more fun if it was offline, but you got to do what you got to do. So let's actually get started with this. Just check if there are any issues. Okay, then none. So yeah, let's actually get started with this. So as with a lot of things, the most important thing with TechSoc IITM is our vision. And our vision is really simple. It consists of three really, really simple words: environment, resources, and sharing. And what does this mean? First one, we want to create a tech environment for everyone on campus. Secondly, we want to fuel it with resources so that they can actually use that environment properly. And once they use those resources, we want to be able to share the progress and the knowledge and celebrate winners at the same time. So that's what TechSoc is. It's creating an environment, flooding it with resources, and celebrating our achievements along the way. So that's our vision. And what have we done over the last 6 months? Coming back from an online semester, we've had 15 events and masterclasses. Uh, Over 1,500 students participating in our events combined. Over 20 fully fledged projects. A fully functional blog. A small YouTube page, which is what you're watching this on right now, and a website as well, which works really, really well. I must say, we are really proud of the website. Most importantly, we've had more than 100 pizzas ordered and more than 300 samosas and fruities. And most importantly, probably second and most importantly after the pizzas, endless memories. Uh, that's something that you get with a lot of things in campus, but it never hurts to mention it again and again. And yeah, here's a visual representation of that. So as you can see, we've done quite a lot. You can go through some of these pictures. You can see the
Prabhat,
shelf size.
can you, sorry to interrupt, but can you speak a little louder? Someone was saying the voice is too low.
Okay, fine, cool, cool, cool. I'll wait. Where are we? Okay, let's actually just recap what we've done. So we've conducted 15 events and masterclasses, which have had a participation of more than 1,500 students overall, 20 projects, a blog, YouTube, and a fully functional website, more than 100 pizzas ordered, more than 300 samosas and fruities ordered as well, and endless memories, which is something that you get in IITM anyway, but it never hurts to mention that again. And here's a visual representation of that. You can go through some of these pictures when we share the slides, but as you can see, it's work, it's fun, it's food, it's happiness, and it's competition as well. That's what TechSoc is. Next up, what's in it for you? So this is the part where we're talking about what means to be a part of TechSoc as a manager in conducting our events. And simply put, the most important thing, right at the top of the food chain, is organizing events end to end. This is first up really fun, and secondly, it's a huge value add to your experience, and it's a really good piece of knowledge to have. Secondly, we bring cool projects to life. Uh, we've had people come up with entire websites in just 24 hours. And as a part of TechSoc, you are basically fueling that sort of drive and that kind of passion. Next up, you can become the tech Nick Fury. By this, I don't mean that you lose an eye. I mean that you are sort of in this unique position in campus where you have connects with the various facets of technology in the campus, and that can really, really help you going forward. And yeah, it's an experience of a lifetime. I'm totally not under duress to say this, but well, most of the other teams say this, and I'd say it's the same thing for TechSoc. It's something that you will remember for a very, very, very long time. Also, as a part of TechSoc, you get a lot of pizza. We love our pizza. We also get cake. We celebrate birthdays, so there's a lot of cake involved. In addition, you learn to act. You learn how to become a YouTube star. You learn how to make CRC's AC work. and you get prime meme material. These are a lot of inside jokes, and you really have to join TechSoc to know these. So join TechSoc now, as a friend of mine said. So yeah, this is what being part of TechSoc looks like. We get monkeys, we get memes, we get food, we get acting sessions, and we get obviously work done, which tends to look pretty messy because we keep forgetting our dusters every time it comes to using boards. So yeah, all right. So now let's get on to the serious stuff. So we'll talk about the verticals. So basically, TechSoc has three major verticals. IIT, which is the inter-hostel competition. Those are the guys in charge of conducting the TechSoc competition, as it's most commonly known as. We've got Build School, who are in charge of some pretty cool things. Their core will explain things from now. And we've got the Creative Cell, which is in charge of design, content, and the social media presence. So to take you through this, we've got Ashwin from IHC, Anuksha from Bill School, and myself, Prabhat, for the creative cell. So, Ashwin, I shall now hand this over to you for the inter-hostel competition.
Hello, guys. So, what is what we do in interhostel competitions? So, we build tech communities. So, semester we built a web development community, and it is very active now. Like many people are exchanging opportunities, answering doubts of each other, and updating on the new technologies whenever they come. So, we built a platform for people where they can come explore new things and learn together, and they get to showcase their talents. So it, we do all these by conducting various competitions. We maintain the technical spirit at the hostel level. So we have inter-hostel competitions where we give awards and prizes to the winners. And mainly we fuel the curiosity. We do this by introducing new and exciting events like algo trading, where we teach them and equip the students with the concepts so they can face off each other and compete against each other. Yeah, and there is something new which we are going to do this year, which are lab visits. So we would be taking uh, people to various department labs, which are very interesting. So you get to explore a lot. And what will you get to do as a manager? You will be planning the events with us, collaborate with clubs, maintain the hostel leaderboards, mainly learn a lot. So I can say one thing for sure. By the end of the tenure, you'll know to conduct an entire event on your own, and you would have done it. Yeah. So mainly you get to see the ideas turn into reality, which is your idea, which you think you want to do, and you make it a reality. And also the people who are coming there to build their product in the competition, who just come with some basic ideas, but at the end they have a real working submissions. Yeah. And about the application, so I would suggest you to go and see this website properly and get a feel of it. There are a lot of pictures and resources within it, and you can actually know what has happened in the last semester, and the whole application is based on it. So for example, I'll tell how we function, right? To conduct a competition, mainly we need a problem statement. So we seek a domain expert like the C5 people, and we make a problem statement, and we plan an event, and we notify the people, which is the students, on when it is, where it is. Then we make posters from the content team and publicize it, and we make sure the event proceeds smoothly on the event day. And once the event happens, we will judge the submissions and award prizes. And then we analyze it and get more better. Yeah, if there are any doubts, you can put it in the chat. We'll answer it. Anything you did not understand or want to know more. Yeah, lab visits is a new initiative from TechSoc, and it will be handled by IIT for this semester. So we have included over here. So it's not like a inter-hostel competition, but we are the ones who will be handling it from TechSoc side. Yeah, any other doubts? If not, we'll move on to the next. If there's any doubt, we'll come back at the end. Yeah, so lab visits are a new initiative which are not related to the events. It's like every week we have a new department, and we visit their labs. And if you're a part of TechSoc, even then you can participate in the events. Yeah, there is no restrictions on that. Yeah, now we'll move on to build school.
Hey everyone, this is Anoksha. So, Bill School, as you can see on the screen, is 10 teams, 10 weeks, and 10 prototypes. We take in 10 teams who will be working with us for a period of 10 weeks, and then at the end, we'll have 10 prototypes, not PowerPoints. So, what we do throughout these 10 weeks, we'll be providing expert mentoring to all of these teams, and then we'll have a lot of blah, 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 which is we'll be discussing a lot, we'll be collaborating with everyone else. So each team gets to discuss their ideas, share their problems, come up with solutions together. So we create a collaborative environment, and 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 of course we have pizzas. So yeah. So these were the lecture. These were some of the companies from which we had lectures in the last sem. So we had Kedar from Hyperverge for our kickoff. We had a UX researcher from Google. We had Hotstar, an engineering lecture from Hotstar. We had Adit Palicha, the CEO of Zepto, for a lecture on growth, and we also had a lecture from Razorpay. So each week or every alternate week, we provide these teams with industry guidance. Let's move on. So, if you join Build School, what's in it for you? First thing, every manager of Build School will be assigned two teams, two of the Build School teams, and you'll be their Build Bud. So, what does a Build Bud do? A Build Bud does everything for the team, including guiding the team, helping them out with problems, and also pushing them a little when they might slack off. And you will be evaluating your team's progress, and you'll also be finding out speakers, contacting them, getting them onto Build School, and then you'll also be in charge of conducting lectures. Let's move on. So about the app, I think the app is pretty straightforward. So for the first question, you'll just have to tell us why you love the startup that you chose. And the second question as well, you will have to do considerable amount of research. And it's everywhere. You can just look up. I mean, it might be a startup that you're keenly following, or it might be something that you've always loved. But still, you'll have to do considerable amount of research for the first two problems. I mean, first two questions. And for the problem statements, you can check out our problem statements from the previous sprint. During the previous sprint, we had limited ourselves to insti specific problems, but this time we'll have we'll be taking anything. And the only criteria for the problem statements is that it should be doable by a team within 10 weeks, and it should actually be empathetic to students. It should solve a real world problem, and yeah, it should be in line with TechSoc's visions and goals. That's it. So, any questions? I think it's pretty straightforward and there aren't any questions. So we can move on. And if you have any doubts, we can always come back to this at the end. So moving on to CC. Yeah, yeah. So how much time will you have to spend contribute each week? There'll be one lecture for an hour every week. We'll have meetings, so probably 3 to 4 hours a week. Good problem statements. You can always check on the Smart India Hackathon, and yeah, you can also look at some of the Y Combinator startups. There are many hackathons that are being conducted, so you'll find a lot of good problem statements over there. But you can also always look around at problems that people around you are facing, and then you know try working on. I mean, something that you could work on. You can always find it around you. So yeah. So hackathon websites, Y Combinator startup ideas, and Smart India Hackathon, and problems around you. Yeah, and you can also find previous problem statements on our website. You can find previous projects also on our website. Yeah, so just to make things clear, this is for the managers. This is not for the TechSoc teams. So managers will be managing the teams, as Shubham said. You'll be in charge of all the teams that Build School takes in. Any more questions? Okay, so let's move on to CC.
All right, so hopefully I'm audible this time around. So as I said earlier, I'm Prabhat, and I'm the core in charge of the creative cell, which is in charge of design as well as content. So yeah, basically, let's actually get started with the design team first up. It's important to make a differentiation here. So what does the design team do? Um, we design. It's really that simple. But what do we design? We design posters, Instagram posts, videos, logos, t-shirts. You can see the logo that we're using right now in the presentation. That's the work of the design team. The videos, some of the other things that you'll see on the TechSoc YouTube channel, that's once again work of the design team. If you've bought the TechSoc t-shirt, once again, design teams is responsible for that. Instagram posts and standard posters. I think if you're from the 22 batch, you would not have seen many of our physical posters, but I think the 21 batch would have seen some of our posters around campus. So basically, simply put, anything visual with TechSoc, it's the responsibility of the design team. We also do media and coverage, so photos and videos and basically basic coverage of the event is the responsibility of the design team. And yeah, you can check out our Instagram page in case you want to get an idea of what we do. But yeah, just to explain the sort of importance of the design team is that if you decide to have an event, you have to design a poster before the event, and there's almost always some design to be done after the event as well, in terms of just coverage or announcing the results. In addition, in terms of media and coverage, you want some kind of photos during the event, some kind of video during the event. Then the video has to be edited. Basically, all of that work goes to the design team. And yeah, that's what the TechSoc design team does. As I said, you can check out Instagram to see some of the work that we've done, or even the YouTube channel, even though there are not those many videos on it. Now, about the app. The app's honestly really simple. There are two major questions, and the easy way to go about it is to use your creativity. Really. So, the first question is to choose an event poster from this year and redesign it. Make sure that you redesign it within reason. Don't go overboard with it. Don't put thousands of elements just because you can. Think about it and think about how it's supposed to convey a message to a student about how about what the event basically is. Uh, Thank you, Shubham, for putting the Instagram handle. And very important, don't use templates. Don't use Canva templates. We can identify them. So yeah, use your creativity. Uh, think logically while designing the poster. But yeah, redesign it. Use one of the events from this year, so something from about June, not January, from June, because the team that designed that is currently on campus, so they can explain the reason better. All right. The second major question was design a T-shirt. Look at the current TechSoc T-shirt. Look at some of the other teams' T-shirts. Look at T-shirts on Pinterest, and once again, look at them for inspiration. Try and figure out what a T-shirt's supposed to convey, but don't copy them. As I said, this is for the Inter-IIT Tech Meet, so that's sort of the vibe that you want to carry forward of competitiveness of technology, and yeah, so that's basically about design. I will now go over to the content tab. So the content, once again, really, really, really simple. We write. And what do we write? Mails, captions, blogs, taglines, anything that requires text in TechSoc is responsible for us. Is our responsibility, sorry. And yeah, once again, check out Instagram. Check out all the mails that you receive from TechSoc. This is all the work of the content team. One of the biggest responsibilities of the content team is the TechSoc blog. So you can actually go to the website in the presentation here, or you can actually go to the TechSoc website, and there is a blog page over there. So you can go over there and check out some of the blogs that we've already written. They're technical blogs. They are sometimes informative, sometimes based on opinions, sometimes just very, very casual. There's literally an article on there which proves scientifically about why you should sit in the back of a classroom. So yeah, we do have a fun occasionally, but yeah, that's what the blog is about. Another important thing of the content team, important responsibility of the content team is that we curate posts and social media campaigns. Students of the 21 batch will know that we actually had a campaign that was running during the summer where we posted just information about how you can get started with something in technology. You can go ahead and check it out on Instagram once again. The posts are still there. So that's basically what we do. We determine the order in which our posts are going out, what's the content that's going out in the posts, when are we sending mails, why are we sending mails. All of that comes down to the content team. Now about the app. Once again, use your creativity. This is called the creative self for a good reason. Use your creativity. For the article, um, pick any topic that you like, and the more niche, the better. Don't write something. I'd suggest to not write something cliche like "Is AI going to take over the world?" Hundreds of people have written it, and it's really difficult to make that your own article. So choose a topic that you know well and convey it in a way that makes it your own. Everyone has their own unique writing style, and use this as an opportunity to bring that writing style out. You can check out the current blog to get a gist of how we actually go for writing. Uh, Now, in terms of mails, read S-mail for a bit. It's that simple. Especially check out the S-mails from Shastra, Sarang, Sangam, TechSoc as well. We've sent quite a few mails in the past, and you may have probably sent it straight to the trash. I mean, I'm responsible for most of that myself. But yeah, so go ahead and check this out to try and get a basic idea of how we go about it. So yeah, that's it for content as well. So we do have a couple of questions. So Pratishta is asking which site or app would we recommend for designing. So in TechSoc, we actually use three major apps. We use Adobe Illustrator. Um, One second, Shubham. We use Adobe Illustrator. I'm pretty certain I've messed up the pronunciation of Adobe. Um, we also use Figma. Figma is what we use for really, really quick designing. Um, for example, a lot of the things that you've probably seen over the last week, especially the thumbnail for this YouTube video, was designed in Figma. And we also use Canva. So these are the three main softwares we use. There are a couple of others that you can find with some work. In terms of video editing, we don't use a lot. I'm using a free video editor that I got with Windows. It's called Clipchamp. It works. So yeah, that's what we use. Are there any other questions regarding design or content? All right, so actually Figma and Canva are free to use, so that's an easy way to get started with them. Use your Smail ID and login. Same thing for AutoCAD and Fusion 360. I'm just plugging those in because it's really useful. Adobe Illustrator, I believe it's paid, but there are ways to get around it. But we shan't talk about that. All right, so I think that's about it for the questions. We shall open the floor for questions later on as well. If you're watching this from the future, we shall talk about that in a few seconds. All right. Okay, let's go. So, a few points to round off. Your work isn't restricted to your vertical. It's basically, in case you join the design team, there is a really good chance that you will actually end up working a lot with IHC, inter-hostel competitions. You might even organize one of the events yourself or help out with the organization. And it works the other way as well. For example, Shubham does a decent amount of design work as well, even though he's part of Build School. Um, he hates me for it, but still, he ended up doing it. And same thing, we have a couple of other managers who do design as well as event organization. We have some people who do writing as well. So in case you're interested in multiple things, you can still apply for one, and we'll give you work to help out with your other interests. Next up, we have a lot of intervertical meets, and they're absolutely hilarious because of well, TechSoc consists of human beings, and I must say we have a really good sense of humor. And yeah, we just have a lot of intervertical meets, and it gets really, really, really fun. Traditionally, we don't get a lot of work done in those, but yeah, they're still pretty fun. um, an important thing here: prior experience isn't necessary, especially in design and content. I've asked for references or work that you've done in the past. Um, that's not a compulsory question. If you have work that you've done in the past, go ahead and link them. It'll just help us gauge your application slightly better. If you don't have it, don't think that hurts your chances in the app. It's just that we'll be judging you based on what you have put forward in the app, which actually ties in very well with the next point. Write a really good app. That's it. Put your all into a single app. It's fine if you want to apply for two. You can go ahead and apply for two, but don't let the quality of your app go down just because you're applying for two different verticals. All right. Uh, Next up, this is a totally unbiased opinion. You can go ahead and read it once you get the slides. And yeah, thank you. And we'll open the floor now to any more questions. So, to people who are watching this in the future, as in watching the recording of this, um, and to people who are watching the live stream right now, if you have any doubts and you've not got them clarified already, you can contact the admins of the WhatsApp groups that you're all a part of. If you've, I hope all of you have joined the aspirant groups. Um, every single group has a set of admins, and any one of those can be asked questions about the vertical that you're in. Design and writing, you can ask me. I'm Prabhat. Uh, in terms of IIT, there is Ashwin, Shreya. Ashwin and Shreya are the cores for the inter-hostel competitions. And for Bill School, there is Anuksha, who just spoke a few minutes ago. She's the core for Bill School. In addition, there is one person whom you see in all the groups, that is Ankit Sangvi. He is the head of TechSoc, and he's unfortunately not here today on account of not having internet. It's really sad. But yeah, if you want some questions, you can contact the current cores and the current managers. Um, Feel free to reach out to us at any time. Uh, okay, I might want to rephrase that. Feel free to text us at any time, but be slightly careful with the calling because some of us have really weird sleep schedules. So yeah, feel free to reach out to us and get your doubts clarified. Make sure that you put in a good amount of effort into your application because this is a really, really cool journey to be a part of. So yeah, that's is that all that I wanted to add. Anuksha and Ashwin, do you have any points that you guys want to add? Anything about the app or the experience in TechSoc while we are waiting for people to ask some extra questions? Yeah, and basically giving a gist of TechSoc, as in we are in this unique position in campus where we are in contact with a lot of the tech sphere. We've had events in collaboration with CFI, we've had events in collaboration with eCell, we've had we are currently in the middle of a collaboration with Shastra as well. So yeah, it's a really unique place to be in and a really unique thing to be a part of as well.
Also at Bill School, we have collaborations with ESIL, Nirman, and CFI. So yeah, so once the project starts, it'll be easier for you to like get into Nirman or something.
we'll be here for a few more minutes. So if anyone has any doubts, feel free to put them in the comments box below. Uh, comment box below. Actually, coming to think of it, is the comment box to the side or is it down below? I'm actually totally confused. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, if there are any doubts, once again, reach out to us on the WhatsApp groups, and we'll be happy to help. All right, so that's going to be it for this Funday session. Thanks everyone for joining in. And yeah, once again, if you have any doubts, feel free to reach out to us. And yeah, if you're watching this from the future, you missed a live stream. I'm very disappointed. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us here. And hope that you apply. Hope your applications go well. So yeah, so long from us.